Graveyards are spoken in whispers, yet most people see the surface. Rows of stone, quiet trees, freshly dark soil. What they do not see is that cemeteries are crossroads. It is a portal to the underworld. Thresholds where the energies of the living and the dead meet, overlap, and sometimes they clash. Every burial is a ritual, whether acknowledged or not. A body does not carry only flesh. It carries memory, unfulfilled desires, ancestral echoes, and spiritual residue. When it is lowered into the ground, those currents are released into the earth of that very space. The soil is asked to absorb what the living cannot carry. In traditions across Africa, Asia, and even the Americas, funerals were never performed without the purification of the body and land. Songs, drumming, the fire and libations anchored the passage of the soul and ensured the site did not retain what was toxic. Whenever you enter the cemetery, you must leave everything behind ritualistically before you come and then re-embody the energies of life in the home. The dead work with the dead. In modern cemeteries, these safeguards are often gone and mostly overlooked. You see, graves are dark, bodies are lowered, cemented, sealed, even tiled. The souls may or may not find peace. To be very honest, whenever you tile a grave, you decorate it with tiles, you cage the etheric body of the soul, and it greatly affects what happens in the afterlife. The unresolved fragments, that is the regrets, the curses, and the attachments, they can linger. This is why graveyards are rarely neutral. They are saturated fields. They are buzzing and vibrating with unresolved, sensitive energy. People feel it at once the moment they enter there. The air there is very heavy. The silence is charged. The wind carries whispers. Funeral homes are another crucible. They are places where grief, shock, denial saturates the walls. Every day, families arrive carrying their heartbreaks, their tears, their wailings, whispered prayers, even anger at the dead or at life itself. All of it charges the air and the atmosphere. The morticians who work at the morgue and even the attendants and staff become custodians, not only of bodies, but of accumulated sorrow and pain. Without cleansing, they too unconsciously carry that grief into their own lives, struggling with depression, broken sleep, and sudden irritabilities. You see, occult traditions describe cemeteries as feeding grounds for wandering spirits, where grief is very strong and ritual is weak. The dead will linger. Attachment themselves are present within cemeteries. When the dead attach themselves to the living, they cause pain unless they are ritualistically invited as ancestral spirit to effect changes. Indigenous wisdom always include cleansing our mourners, those who mourn, those who have left their dearly departed into the underworld. Ritual baths, smudging with herbs, bathing with herbs, or even fasting before they return home. This is not superstition. It used to be, and it still is, a way to protect and ensure that sorrow did not become a possession. Consider also how many urban graveyards are built over older burial grounds, where burial grounds are repurposed and rezoned for real estate. These become battlefields of different energies that are not very beneficial to life. Layers of unresolved death stacked upon one another, amplifying the charge. The land itself becomes very weary, carrying centuries of human pain. No wonder people report strange dreams and sudden chills and unexplained anxiety after visiting these places. The truth is, graveyards and funeral homes are not only about the dead, they are about the living who keep visiting and grieving and pouring energy into those sites. Every flower left, every fear shed, every memory whispered ties these threads between worlds. When left unacknowledged, those threads, they tend to tangle and entangle, binding both the living and the dearly departed in unfinished knots. What is needed is not fear but awareness. These spaces demand respect and ritual, cleansing after funerals, offering to the land, as well as regular renewal ceremonies will keep the threshold balanced. Without them, graveyards and funeral homes remain congested intersections, heavy with energies that should have moved on a long time ago. To walk among the dead is to walk among stories unfinished, tears shed, deeds undone, and words left unsaid to the dead before they departed. To ignore the energetic weight of these spaces is to risk carrying those stories home, stories that are not yours.